I'd like to probably just repeat the statement that Martin Wolf had made in one of his commentaries in the Financial Times, that the COP26 was both a triumph and a disaster at the same time. So it was a triumph in that there was some notable progress in terms of all that you articulated in your opening remarks, Vishwa, about the agreements that have been reached. But it is also a disaster in that they fall far short of what is needed to really solve and tackle the climate crisis. So it was a positive milestone, but there is a hell of a lot more to be done, particularly on how we are going to get there. In my view, it was a commitment heavy and action light outcome from COP26. And this is consistent with all that I've seen across multi stakeholder alliances to try and solve for the climate emergency issue that is one of the most existential challenges that we face this century. So really, the how is critically important, and the starting point for the how is to be able to have a way that individual actors, even as I represent the private sector, at the firm level, most of us are struggling with even having a baseline on what our carbon emissions are, our water use intensity is, or our waste intensity is. We also need enabling policy from the governments, whether it's in the form of a carbon tax, whether it's in the form of reducing fossil fuel subsidies, whether it is in the form of banning internal combustion engines and moving transportation to a more electric future, and whether it is mandatory climate disclosures. I think putting all this together can give us more confidence in the how of achieving this objective. It is like we have a purpose or a mission in terms of what we want to do as a firm. It's a vitally important decision to arrive at that purpose and arrive at that mission and get the whole organization aligned to that purpose and mission. But we know that 90% of the ballgame, 85% of the ballgame is really developing a granular pathways and strategies on how we are going to achieve that purpose or achieve that mission or deliver on that vision.
Yes.
All of these meetings, COP and everything else, is really addressing that 10-15%. It's a vitally important 10-15%.
Yeah.
If you get that wrong and you have a very aligned and powerfully operationally capable organization to deliver, then it is akin to standing on top of the cliff and then diving to your doom in great synchrony because you got a great capacity to execute, but you got the first 10-15% of where you want to get to and what you want to achieve wrong. So
Yeah.
COP and other things fills that vital 10-15% of the ball game. But we really need to focus on 85% on how we're going to get there, which does not receive the focus and attention it deserves, because without that, we are not going to realize any of the stuff.